It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I don't know about you all, but I am drained today. I am drained, but I'm excited. I'm excited to be here with you all. As always, I got my lucky red on. I love when I got red on. I know something about, even when I'm drained and like tired, like wearing my favorite color makes me feel like excited. And next week, Wednesday, is my birthday. So I'm even more excited about that. So I just think that that's dope. Anytime you can be alive and be able to like celebrate your life and God has given you breath another day, I am 100% excited about that. So you're given some time. If you want to join us, we are on Zoom. We can drop the Zoom link in on Instagram and on YouTube. So if anyone wants to join us, they can. Hey, Angus, welcome, welcome. Joining the chat. We are live on IG and on Facebook and on YouTube. So Angus is on our advisory board team. So like I said, I'm gonna give everyone one more minute, but in the meantime, drop in the chat, share with me a little bit about who you are, what's your business, so that we can learn about you and connect. Today, well, let me start. My name is Athenia Rodney, if you didn't know. So I know we're on some of our Juneteenth pages and my name doesn't always show up. But my name is Athenia Rodney. I'm the CEO and founder of Juneteenth NYC. I feel like we got to get a whole call that comes with it, right? Like NYC. That's the Brooklyn way. I feel like that's the only way to do it is when you make it fun. But I am the CEO and founder of Juneteenth NYC, and we have been doing this for 15 years. Like 15 years. That's like my oldest child's age. That's a long time. And my oldest child is like taller than me. So do know that it requires a lot of stick-to-itness. Today, I've been real big on making my own words. So stick-to-itness is what it does require. Consistency, relationship building, like that is, and those are the things that are what I stand by. And we got Courtney Starks joining us. We got Messiah Ramson joining us. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today. All right, so I'm going to get started because we got a lot we are going to be sharing and talking about. And today has been a long day. I've been on meetings all day, but that is all good. And we got Messiah Ramkinson from Black Kings. Hey, thanks for joining us. Well, thanks for even bringing that up. So before we even jump into all of that, I do want to share that we have our Black Kings nominations that are happening right now. So if you know a Black King, an amazing African-American man that is doing his dang thing, whether it be in finance, whether it be faith, whether it be community work, or just being an amazing dad to his children that you've seen or to other people's children, and you want to like expand who he is, like to give him his flowers while he's still alive, please go to our website, juneteenthny.com, and to nominate them. Tell them why you think they are amazing so that we can nominate them to be one of our honorees for our event. All right. So I'm sharing my screen. This is a vendor information session. We are going to talk a little bit about what it takes to be a vendor for Juneteenth. This is something that we started new last week. We wanted to go live because in our sessions, we know everyone, a lot of people are just getting off work. They can't jump into the Zoom because of where they're traveling. but they still want to be able to get the information. So we want to make sure that we have the information and able to share it out. And this also allows you to be able to share as well. It makes it easy for you to just, hey, tag somebody right now, share it in somebody's inbox right now, tell them join so that they can learn what's going on with Juneteenth and how to be a vendor. All right. So I'm going to get started. This year, our theme is Juneteenth Unveiled, Understanding the Journey from Our Roots. If you know anything about what's going on in the world right now, Black history is trying to be erased in different places, especially like Florida, which I personally am trying to boycott. But places like that are making it impossible to learn about history and what's happening in the African American world, and what happened with us, what our true story has been in going through. So we got BK by Taja joining us. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Um, and we have a couple of other people joining as well. Oh, that's dope, dope. I thought I was going to be talking to one or two people inside the room. So people are coming from outside on IG and on our YouTube page to join us. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get right to it. Time to celebrate. Juneteenth became a national holiday in 2021. But just because it became a national holiday does not mean that we just started talking about it. We have been talking about it. We've been producing activities, activations around it since 2009. So we are excited to say that and proud to say that we've been doing it long before it became popular. So this is not something that we're just doing to be on the bandwagon. No slight, no shade towards anybody that's just started. But this is something that has been wholeheartedly, like, God really put this on my heart to do. What is Juneteenth? Why do we celebrate Juneteenth? So if think about it, Juneteenth is like the 4th of July, but for African Americans. So Juneteenth, 4th of July is where the whole of the United States celebrates when they were basically freed. And the same thing for us. So Juneteenth is or some people might call it the second, some might say it's the first, it's the initial, because if it wasn't for African Americans, the backs of all of the things that make up the United States would not be here today. So the Emancipation Proclamation happened in 1863, which is January 1863, and it wasn't until June of 1865 that the enslaved people of Galveston, Texas, found out that they were free. And they didn't just, I want people to understand, like, when they say found out, right? It wasn't something you got to think, right? Slave owners wasn't just ready to give people away. They weren't just like, oh yeah, they're not free anymore. They knew that they wasn't free, and they was trying to hide it from their slaves. So to do know that it was a fight to make sure that happened. So after any war, any major turmoil, what do you want to do? You want to turn up. You want to have fun. You want to celebrate all of the hard work that you endured in getting yourself to that space. And so we do that on June 19th every year. So I like to set the tone and what that kind of looks like, because that's one part of it. Like, as Black people, we like to have fun and we like to enjoy ourselves. But the other part of it for me that's near and dear to my heart is the education component. And you'll see here that a big part of what we stand for, Juneteenth NYC, is about education and empowerment. And I talked a little bit as we were getting started about how we empower our African American men, because when it comes to Father's Day, we talk about them like they trash. Like, we're like, oh, if you a good father, then we will celebrate you. But we don't say that during Mother's Day. Mother's Day, we trying to claim every female we know as a good mother. It'll be somebody's auntie, godmother, god sister, little sister. They'll be like, well, you gonna be a mother someday. And we got to pour that same energy into our men, because they are, for whether you want to realize it or not, they are the backbone of our community. So our mission is to educate, empower, and edutain. And we do that by elevating and merging what we do into everything that we do. And I'll share our leadership board. We have an amazingly dope advisory board. They help to put everything together, everything that you see that we talk about. They meet on a regular basis, and they help us to put this amazing event together for our community for free. So if you are ever interested in joining and have a talent that you would like to contribute to be on the advisory board, feel free to go to our website and register to be on our board. This year we have as an official sponsor, and we just had a call with them this morning, which is really dope, and just hearing about all the great things that they are looking at partnering with us to do. We're going to be working with CBS News, and hopefully some other media partner connections that they are already associated with. So we look forward to our relationship this year and beyond. Got some more people joining us. Welcome. So this is just to give you a little bit of background on some other publications that we've already been part of. So while CBS is our media partner, we also, hey, Vaughn.
Hey.
Welcome.
You.
So while CBS is our media partner, we don't just stick to one area with being able to promote the event, right? And I always share with people, whenever you're working on or signing up for an event, make sure to do some of your due diligence and understand the relationship. You want to make sure that there's alignment between your brand and the brand that you're connecting yourself with, right? So we like to do a lot of that. So we go out, we've been in 86 media coverage pieces, which has garnered us over 747 million digital impressions. What does that mean in real life? That means over 747 people saw our event, saw our brand, and they either shared it, or watched it multiple times. Some of our sponsors, to me, I like to share this information all the time because it helps to legitimize us. This is what we do. We don't just do this for play, but we are an organization who creates real relationships. And to have relationships with businesses like this means a whole lot. Our vision is to transform the ideas of minority entrepreneurs into scalable businesses that result in generational wealth. What does that mean? I know it sounds like a lot of jargon, but at the end of the day, I want to help all of our small business, our African American, our Latino businesses expand. I have, like I said, been doing this for 15 years, and one of the things that has been of note is that we go into spaces and we are not coming correct. And we don't have our paperwork in order, or we're not ready for opportunities when they come our way. When opportunities are presented to us, if Walmart was to come and say we need 25,000 of your products so that we can put them in our stores, are you ready for it? Are you ready for that change? And the answer 9 times out of 10 is no, because 99% of our businesses only have one employee, and that's them. Now, that's the owner. They are what they say, the stick, the candlestick maker, and the purchaser of the candlestick. So if you are playing all of the areas and all of the roles in your business, how are you able to level that up? And I was saying to my coach the other day, I was like, I'm confused. Like, why does somebody want to go and be an entrepreneur? If the whole point of becoming an entrepreneur is to have freedom and to be able to do what you want to do and do what you want to do when you want to do it. Before, I can't say that was me. I wasn't in that space. I was limited to, my kids were growing up, and I didn't have the opportunity to spend time with them on the weekends, on Saturdays when I needed to take them places. So there was challenges that I was being confronted with. And that's difficult when you're saying that you're being an entrepreneur so that you can have more time with your family and your friends. But the reason for that is that you're not being the right type of entrepreneur. And that means that you're scaling your business so that it's able to grow, and you're able to get people to come in spaces and work for you so that you can have some of that time to think creatively and to think of the next step for your business. All right, so I'm gonna start going a little bit fast with what I'm sharing. These are some of the details of what the event looks like. There are different opportunities for you to be involved in multiple ways. As a vendor, there's a celebration of Black Kings. which is June 14th. We have the Community Day Festival, which is in Linden Park in Gershwin, and that's on Saturday the 15th. We have our parade, concert day, and our fashion show, which is at Prospect Park. We have a live broadcast that we do, which will be live streamed, like I said, part with our CBS partner. We also partner with Brick, so that is also another connection. We'll be live streaming our summit and Juneteenth Crawl, which are a relationship that we have built with 150 Black restaurants in the New York City area in all 5 boroughs that will be doing a restaurant crawl. So we'll be able to go to different restaurants in each borough and support them. These are just some pictures of some of the events, just to give you an idea of like the type of fun that we like to have, the type of crowds that we have at our events. These are some more pictures, and then a little bit about, again, like I said, media coverage. And before I just showed you pictures, again, I like to show proof. I'd like to say, I like to show and prove and not just tell you. So now we're getting to the nitty gritty of what it takes to be a vendor. Bedroom Candy, currently in Brooklyn, New York. Welcome. All right. So to be a vendor, you have to have a permit. So we had a meeting today with the mayor's office, and from what I understand, the permitting is changing. So if you are a product vendor, which means that you are not selling anything that is food consumable, then you just need to have your EIN number for right now. If there's anything else, then they'll let me know. But I told them they gotta let me know now, because you can't wait and an event comes and then you want to change the game up. So right now they're saying all you need to do is have an EIN number, and it is free to get an EIN number. Please don't go online and get caught up with anybody that's charging you $200 to get an EIN number. It is absolutely free, $0. Okay. Submit. So we would need to have your EIN number to us no later than May 21st so that we can put it in the system, and you would need to have insurance. Insurance is very, very, very important. If you are a food vendor, you need to have a food handler's license. So if you are selling anything that people have to put in their mouth, so if that's a beverage, a milkshake, a cupcake, a cake pop, a pizza, a jerk chicken, rice and peas, any of it, anything that is consumable, anything that goes into somebody's mouth, you must have a food handler's license with insurance for that as well. Why do I say insurance is important for you to get? Right now, we're in a world where people want to sue for everything, right? You know, somebody stubbed their toe, they stubbed their toe on the side of the table, and they're ready to sue you because this is you the one who table it was. So, and then they're trying to sue you. If you have to get a lawyer, if you have to go to court because of any kind of lawsuit, you will have to put down $5,000 minimum for a retainer for the lawyer to even look at your paperwork and to start working on it. $5,000. If you have insurance, you pay $0, because the insurance job is to fight for you so that you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. And it's not you that's paying, it's the insurance that has to pay, because now the liability becomes on them. So they have to prove that that person is not telling the truth and that they're just trying to get some money. So guess what? The insurance company don't want to pay. So they're going to hire the best of the best lawyers to make sure that they have their back, to make sure that that is not happening. So that's why I always suggest to get insurance. At the end of the day, it helps you on the long run, and not just for my event, but get insurance for anything that you're doing. Anytime you're going out and being anywhere, it best behooves you to have insurance. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat. If you're on IG, welcome again. Feel free to drop it in the chat on YouTube as well. All right. Content and promotion. So once you sign up and you make your first payment, and yes, we do accept payment plans, you will get a Google Drive. The Google Drive will allow you to upload your permits and your insurance in there. And it will also allow you to upload your logo and any pictures of your products that you're selling. We love to have pictures and your logo so that we can promote your business. As you see here, this is what we'll create for each of you. We'll also create a link in Canva with a little video to show you how to use it, of how you can upload your own information so that you can do your own promotion in addition to what we're doing for you. We will create a graphic for you that will start to go out May 1st. So we know a lot of you want to start promoting earlier than that. So that's why we create the Canvas so that you can do that. Yes, we can suggest insurance companies for non-food vendors. Once you become a vendor, we have a Facebook group that we invite you to, and we have other vendors that have been with us for years that are able to share some resources that they've used that they found helpful, and we will also share some of the locations that we suggest as well. But it's definitely great to have people in different spaces to get to be able to price quote. And I always say to get at least 3 quotes of different businesses. Don't just go with the first one that you find. Okay. What else? We'll be doing media exposure, stories of live streams for added exposure. So when you are doing your post, you want to make sure that you are putting the day, the time, and the location on all of the posts. Reason being, we have multiple days, and people sometimes don't pay attention. I'm one of them sometimes, when you just see you scrolling at night and you scrolling on the toilet and you looking through stuff and be like, oh, let me screenshot that. I would love to do that kind of thing. This is why. So you want people to be able to screenshot or save the information, all of the information in one place, the day, the time, the location, and the products that you're selling. Because one of the things that I love about my vendors, they are so amazing, that once they become a part of us, that they start to work together and that they start to share information with each other and that they start to support each other. And that, in my mind, is exactly what, building up your business and building your growth is all about. Partnering and partnership with power. And then tag us at Juneteenth NY so that we can repost your information on our page. All right, so prohibited acts, some things that are prohibited to have are smoking, drinking, and drugs on the premises. Because our events are outdoors, because our events are typically at parks, and because our events are family friendly, and we really truly mean that they are family friendly, we don't allow any of those things in the space. If you do absolutely need to smoke, we ask that you go off the premises. There are areas that you can be directed to that the volunteers can assist you with finding in order to smoke. And lastly, there is no CBD products being sold or distributed at our event. And I know people are like, why? CBD is legal and blah, blah, blah. And you're right, CBD is legal in New York. However, it comes at a cost to be legal, right? So for our insurance, and I told y'all about insurance, so we have to have insurance too in order to do the event. It's $1 million insurance that we need to have. So in order for us to have insurance, we pay $3,500 for our event off the top, right? Now, if we have a CBD vendor, we pay $8,000 for insurance. So in my mind, it is not worth it. There's not enough CBD vendors that are going to be able to join and be able to pay that price to get us to the amount we need to pay for our insurance. So we just don't allow it. But we do have other events that are indoors that we will allow CBD businesses to participate in. Schedule. This is an idea. I know it's a little small on some of your screens, but this is an idea of what the schedule looks like for Saturday and for Sunday. We start very early. The reason why we show you this is because there's a lot of things that happen before you as a vendor get to the space. We have the sanitation that comes to clean the streets. We have police department that comes to move cars off the road. Then we have the company that's coming to deliver chairs and tents and tables and all of those things and set up. In addition to us putting up banners and putting up the stage and putting up the sound, like a lot goes into it. So when we say these are, the costs that we're charging, all of those costs are going to make sure that all of those things are happening for us. And when we ask you to come at a certain time, the reason why we're asking you to come at that time is because that's the optimal time for you to come after all of those things have already occurred. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm going to come early and I'm just going to sit there. And while it makes sense, it's not always the easiest thing. So we have Erin Marcella Streve, are you looking for any musicians? Yes, we are. We absolutely are looking for musicians. On Saturday and Sunday, we are looking for musicians to perform. So please go to our website, JuneteenthNY.com, and you can go to performances to register. All right. Next up is punctuality. What we're asking for, we're just talking about everyone being on time. Once you get your time that you need to be there per day, because I'm not sure what day you want to be on, we'll let you know what that time is and try to be there as best as possible. Note that for both of the events, they're only drop off. So you have to bring a cart so that you can bring all of your products to your actual table. So your table, you will not be able to drive up to your table to drop your stuff off. You'll have to drive it to a certain point, and then you have to walk your stuff the rest of the way. And that's both on Saturday and on Sunday. On both days, we have photographers, videographers that will be walking around. There'll also be some press. Like I said, CBS is our partner, and we are this year including some influencers. So we're partnering with some influencers. They're going to be coming out, and they're also going to be going around to each table and trying to get some information and give you some exposure. So we want to make sure that your table is set up, and we're going to talk a little bit about what your table should and should not look like. Media coverage is also going to be taking B-roll, which is taking recordings of you setting up and getting your table together. So when you come, make sure you be ready. Don't come with the do-rag on, with the bonnet on, with the slippers on and stuff like that. Come ready to set up your table and get going from the beginning. Setting up your station, like I said, no cars, the street will be blocked off, and please bring a pulley and please bring someone with you if you can. We will have volunteers there to help. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for your stuff. A volunteer cannot be left alone with your stuff by themselves. So we want to make sure that your stuff is safe and that there are no problems, because we're not responsible or liable for it. When you first come, you will get your table location, you'll get a number, you'll get 2 wristbands. One of the 2 needs to be at the table at all times, because police will be walking around and security will also be walking around to check to make sure. If you do not, they will give you a fine and escort you off the premises. So you just want to make sure that everyone is doing right and doing what they need to do to be compliant, to be in the space. We'll also give you 2 water tickets so that you can get some free water. And that is only 2 tickets, and just 2, even if it's like 10 of you. I just wanted you to know that y'all better cap, and pass, because we are only giving you the waters until the vendors, the food trucks and the food vendors get their tables and stuff set up. Again, this is about supporting each other, right? Supporting the other businesses. And we don't want to be doing anything that's going to take away from that. But we do know that after you're, working hard to set up your booths and stuff like that, a lot of people get parched and they're looking for waters, and the nearest store is at least 3 blocks away. So you want to make sure that we are able to at least support in some way. We have another question. Do vendors need to have inventory to sell? Baron Candy does not drop ship. Baron Candy does drop shipping, so I don't have inventory at home. So you do need to have some inventory on the table. That is the best, because people want to be able to touch and feel or engage with products. So they want to understand what you're selling, if it's fabric, if it's clothes. For yours, it's a specific type of thing. People want to, know what it is. So as long as you have samples, but I will tell you that most people, when they are at a festival or a fair, they want to walk away with products in their hands. So it can definitely be twofold. So I would say, even if it's just to have some light products with you, so that people can take away, that is the best. Because I know I've done both. Like, I went to one fair out in Georgia, and like they were selling candles, and I didn't get my products for like a month later, and I got to the point I was like, I'm about to call and cancel. Like, what happened to my stuff? So at least you know when you're paying for stuff, and especially with bedroom candy, because the products can be a little pricey. So people, want to make sure that they are able to get their products as soon as possible. So as long as you are, helping them to put their order in and showing them like their date of when they will be able to get their stuff, that would be helpful. Where was I? Also, you get the protocols for the day, which will be the itinerary of the schedule of the day for whichever day you are signed up for, and then you'll get garbage bags. We're very big on leaving things better than we received them. A big component of that. So we give everyone garbage bags. We ask them to keep their area clean. And to take their garbage at the end of the day to a drop-off location. Booth setup, what's included with your payment. It's going to be a 10 by 10 space, 1 6-foot table, and 2 folding chairs. So you get 1 folding chair, 1 folding table, and 2 chairs. A tent will not be provided by us. So we ask that everyone to have a tent. Tents are like $150 if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, or you can order them on Amazon to get a really nice pop-up tent, and definitely get a tent, easy pop-up tent. Do not get the tents that are like $75 and it comes with 100 pieces and you got to put it together. Trust me, I did that one year and I was very, very frustrated. Very, very frustrated. So I don't want you to go through that. I've been there, done that, and I want you to just be able to pull it apart, push it up, and go on to the next thing. Trust me, it takes you no more than 2 minutes to do an easy pop-up tent. 2 minutes is mostly just getting one other person to help you pull it apart. To actually get the tent is easy. This year, we're asking everybody must also have weights for their tent. So you need to weight your tent, and we're also going to need to tether them to the person that's next to you. So once you get your space, you're going to be tethered to the vendors that are on either side of you. And the reason being is so that we can prevent tents overflying, and anyone getting hurt. The last 2 years, for whatever reason, the wind has been extremely brisk on Juneteenth weekend. I mean, really bad, like so much. I think one year a tree branch fell and hit somebody on the head, and it was like an elected official, and they had to go to the hospital. So, but if everybody had their tents, that wouldn't happen. So just make sure to have a tent, protect you from the ailments of the world, and do know we're out there, rain or shine. So rain or shine, we are there. It's drizzling, raining. We've been out there. And our 15 years, it's only rained 3 times. God has been so good. Let me knock on wood. In our 15 years, it has only rained 3 times. And it wasn't even like a long rain. It was like a short, brisk rain. And then the sun came out and everybody had a ball and had a great time. And actually, those have been some of the most funnest times, because everybody went through some turmoil together. So talk about setups, tablecloths. We ask that everybody have a tablecloth, fabric cloth, not plastic cloth, not plastic, but a cloth. If you do not have a cloth that goes down to the ground, we will provide one for you, and we will charge you $25 for it to rent, not to keep. So we have black tablecloths. It'll be $25 for the black tablecloths, and they'll be fitted tablecloths. Reason being, we want to make sure that the tablecloths go all the way down to the bottom. What did we say earlier? We're going to be taking pictures. We're going to have media people walking by and doing B-roll and all kinds of stuff. The last thing you want to see is a bunch of boxes and a bunch of shoes and all kind of stuff that you have under your table. We don't want to see that. It doesn't look good to the public, and it doesn't represent you or us as a culture in the best light, right? And we want to put our best foot forward, and we want you to be able to use these pictures also so that you can promote yourself in other spaces. So again, all of this is helping you to produce better for yourself. So these are some examples. You can get a banner and just have some regular fabric. Like I said, goes down to the floor to put your information on, or on the bottom, you can go to a company, and we have some companies that you could use where you could put the logo on the fabric itself. And again, if I'm going too fast, please let me know. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat and we will answer them. And again, we're on Instagram, and we're on Facebook, and we're on YouTube. So please share any questions you might have. And we're in Zoom. Hey. Can't forget all our live people here. Thank you for joining us. Payments. When I say payments, this means how are you paying, or how are you getting people to pay you, right? So we want you to have options for people to pay you in a couple of different ways. We suggest Cash App, PayPal, Square, Apple Pay, Google Pay, whatever you have. I'm a Google Pay type of person. So, but not everybody has Androids. A lot of people have that iProduct thing that they call it. I forget, it's, that thing with the bitten apple. I'm not that person. So if I went to your table and you only took Apple products, and I have a Google phone, it wouldn't connect. So we just want you to be mindful of that and to be able to have multiple ways that people can pay you. We suggest, and also cash. Like cash is really important. I know cash is becoming obsolete these days, but we do invite a number of seniors to come out to our events. We want to make sure that they also have opportunity to purchase from you because they are interested in doing that too. We suggest to get these acrylic signs so that you can put the prices of your items on the table, because the worst thing, we do surveys after every event, and one of the things that we've gotten feedback from our customers have been that they couldn't find the prices for the vendors, like how much to pay them, or they were talking to somebody and they just wanted to pick up something and go, and they didn't have time. Especially you got people taking the accessorize or things like that. And when the accessorize come, if you're not over there in a couple of minutes, they ready to leave you. So, they trying to get information from you. And if you're having a conversation because you got $100 sale that's right in front of you, and this person just trying to give you $20. So just make sure that you have other ways for people to know your prices for your items on the table and to be able to send you the money. All right, moving along. In addition to that, make sure you also label all of your products. Things have been in the past mislabeled. So again, that was some concerns for people in the past. And again, this is just to make you better and how to best support your customers. Make sure you have up to date and accurate pricing. Some people have prices on there for $5 and be like, oh no, that's $10. And we're like, but this says $5. And a vendor, we are still taking vendors. That's why we're on here telling you about what it takes to be a vendor. So no, please go to our website, juneteenthny.com, to register to be a vendor. What else we have, and make sure if there are any consumer safety issues that are on the products, for example, like candles, where it will tell you, make sure you take, straighten the wick or cut the wick or something like that. Make sure those things are with your product so that everyone is getting it. All right, uniformity. I always say uniformity is king. Make sure that there's some brand color synchronization between you and your team that's coming there to help you. It could be matching shirts, or it could be like these two organizations. They had something similar. They had their branding. Like the first one is I had a praying grandmother, and everyone has that wording somewhere on their persons, but it's not the same. And then on the bottom, the business is Wazo's Fashions, which is the African prince. She's wearing an African print outfit. He has a little patch with the African print on it. So you know that they're both with the same company. And I always say worst case scenario, if you're in the last minute bind, Kings Plaza has multiple stations that you could do some quick printing and go get that taken care of. Engagement. So again, we do a survey. Something that came up in the survey is engagement, lack of engagement. They were like, oh, I went to that table and the person was on a phone. They was just sitting there. They act like they didn't even want to be there. That's not what nobody wants. Be engaging, stand in front of your table, limit your phone usage, or use your phone to help promote your business. But like, hey, you want to come over and try my product and allow me to record you on my IG talking about the product and your thoughts about it. Yeah, we want to get your honest feedback. Like, you find ways to engage and create content for your page, your social media page, for your Instagram, for your Facebook. Like, this is a great opportunity to be able to do just that. Smile, greet people. Hi, how you doing? Oh, that's a nice shirt. Red is my favorite color. Oh, those glasses are so dope. Where did you get them? Say things to start conversations, and then like, hey, would you mind me showing you a little bit of about my business and what we do? Like, those are the ways that you want to entice people to have conversation with you. Another way is to have business cards, or to have them on your phone. And now we have everything with tap and share. We have QR codes. We're able to share information. But I always say, do not just give. You also want to receive. You want to walk away from this event with contact information from people that you can follow up with after. I used to do Mary Kay, and I would probably sell maybe 2 items the day of the event, but I would get events that I would make $5,000 for afterwards because I got their information and I followed up. I called them. I was like, hey, thank you for stopping by my table. I just wanted to share, these are the products that I have. We have a sale. We have this, we have that. Like, you need to be, when you have your own business, it's about you selling your products. You have to be your business all the time. And I'm still learning that myself. Everywhere I go, people know that I call me Miss Juneteenth. And they'd be like, Miss Juneteenth, you gonna talk about Juneteenth? And I'd be like, not really. I just wanna, watch the movie. Like, what? So, but you do. You miss Avon, you miss Mary Kay, you miss what you say, Miss Bedroom Candy, whatever it is, whatever your business is, that's who you need to embody and be that all the time. So find ways to get people's contact information. People don't always readily give it up. So do raffles where they can write their name and their phone number on it, and then you raffle something that's on your table to them. We also give you an opportunity to come on stage and do a 30-second commercial in front of everybody. And yes, we highly, highly encourage you to do that. One, we started doing that because some people will be like, oh, I never heard you mention my business. So guess what? If you come up and you mention your business, you can't tell us that you never heard us mention your business because you said it. So we just want to make sure the best person to be able to explain your business and what you offer is you. Pack up and clean up. We tell everybody wait till 6 o'clock to start packing up your event, your table, because the event is not over until 6. We break at 5:45, which is when we stop giving out our awards, and we're just up there taking pictures, and we have music playing, and that's when we release the crowd to go and do their final shops. When they go to the table, they see people already started packing and putting stuff away. So it doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good as a customer to have that happen either. And it's just best practices. You want to stay to the end, because I'm that type of person. I have 3 children. I'm walking around all day. I'm not trying to hold a bunch of bags. I'm not trying to lose it or break something. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to come back at the end of the day, and I'm going to and literally I'll be there with my debit card and my little shopping bag, and I'm walking around and I'm buying something for each of the tables. But if you already packed up, then I'll be like, oh, okay, I guess you didn't want my money, and I'm on to the next. Some people definitely feel the same way. So I just want to make sure that you are aware of that and don't fall into that trap. Return chairs, tables, and tablecloths. You will have to sign off that you return the tables and chairs. And if you rented a tablecloth, you will need to sign that. If not, we will be sending you an invoice for the balance. So I'm just giving you a heads up from now that you are responsible for that. Contact information. If you have any questions leading up to the event, vendors at Juneteenth.com, JuneteenthNY.com is the best way to reach out to us. We have a team of people who are monitoring that account and who respond to you within 24 hours. We once you make your payment, you will be invited to our private Facebook group, where you will also be able to answer any questions in that space there. So we definitely want to make sure that you have the most up-to-date information, and that's when we're going to be sharing it. Contact information. The week before, we do a final info session with only the paid vendors, and that's when we'll be talking about all of the details as far as the time that you need to be there, and giving out contact information. And I always say communication is the best thing, especially for us. We've had a vendor who was with us, and she got into a car accident, and we were like, oh my gosh. She was like, no, but I'm still coming. I'm still coming. As soon as these police officers leave, I'm on my way. And I'm like, girl, if you don't, like, did you get hurt? Go to the hospital. It was like, no, I want to make sure that I'm there. And I appreciate that. But, being able to communicate that to us allowed us to help her, so that when she did get there, we had volunteers ready to help her get her stuff out the car and help her set up her table. We moved her area where she was going to be closer to the entrance, so that she had an easy transition. So again, being able to communicate with us and let us know what's going on with you is more beneficial than it is anything. We almost done. Everybody's like, what's the price? How much does it cost? How much does it cost me? So this is how much it costs. To be a virtual vendor, it is $175 for the basic package. If you want to do the ultimate package, it is $225. In-person vending on Saturday is $450, and in-person vending on Sunday at Prospect Park is $550. And then we have our mixture packages that you can be a part of. One of the things that we are doing, if you do decide to do Saturday and Sunday, we will give you the virtual package for free. So we will honor that. So if you do sign up for Saturday and Sunday, we are setting you up for that. Other events, we like to do some other events as well. So actually tomorrow, we have our Women's History Month. I know it says Saturday, but it's actually Thursday. We're doing our Women's History Month event tomorrow in Harlem at the A-Loft. And there were vendor spaces left, but we're all sold out for that now. We did a Black History Month event, and we will be doing a health awareness event October. And then we also do events the whole month of Kwanzaa. We also have a number of other events that we are working on the details for. One in Atlanta, Georgia in August 17th. And then we have one in New Jersey that we're going to be doing in Atlantic City. That's going to be really big as well. So just make sure that you stay connected with us, and we'll make sure to let you know when those opportunities become available. Virtual vending, what does that look like? You will put together a compilation of your pictures into a 30-second commercial, and we will showcase them during our summit. We will showcase them for Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, Kwanzaa, MLK Day. So you will be getting exposure from us throughout the year. So it's not just that one-time fee, that one time that you are paying that fee and only getting it once. You are getting exposure throughout the year with us. And we do lunch and learns every Thursday at 12 o'clock. You will be featured on one of the lunch and learns as well. We have another event that I was telling you about, so another opportunity for our vendors to get exposure, which is our Black Kings event. Like I said, this is a ticketed event. It's $125, and a table, as you see, is $5,000 a table. We have opportunities for you to put products in a gift bag or samples in a gift bag to give to our honorees. So if you are interested in doing that, just let us know. You would need to provide 50 items for that if you're looking to do that for the honorees. And if you want to do it for the entire, like everybody that's at the event, it'll need to be 250 items. So if that is something that you're interested in, you just need to let us know, and you would have to provide the products. Typically, there's a charge for it. Because you're a vendor with us, you would not have additional charge. That is something that's included. Just to give you an idea of some of the caliber of individuals who are honored at our event for the Black Kings. We have Jackie Wilson, who is the Chief Diversity Officer at the NETS at the Barclays Center, had 19.8 thousand followers. We have Jude Paul Bernard, who is pretty dope, and he's from Bed-Stuy. He had 46.5 thousand followers. So imagine once you get your information into the hands of these individuals, they almost always have been online and shouting them out every time they use them. Like, oh, I just got to use this product. I just tried it out that I got from Juneteenth from the Black Kings Award celebration. It was by so-and-so. So just wanted to say shout out to them. So definitely it's a great opportunity. These are just some pictures of what it looks like. We love to have fun. We love to celebrate. And like I said, this is a great opportunity to celebrate our men. Like I shared, this is the information about our Women's History Month event, the March 21st, which is tomorrow. So some of our team is getting ready for that now, in expectation for tomorrow's event. And then lastly, for our virtual summit, since this is the first time that we'll be doing it live, there are opportunities to provide clothing for the cast, people who are going to be doing the event and being on stage, props. So like the mugs, when you're watching TV shows and you see them with the mugs and it has the branding on it and they're talking the whole time. So that's another way to get exposure for yourself. If you have t-shirts or, just different elements that we might be able to shout out during the virtual summit. And this is just the information. We have over 6 million viewers for that event. So, and this is also where the 30-second commercials are shown. And then lastly, as we're closing up, once you sign up to be a vendor with us, we have freebies. I am very big. I do business coaching. My business is Athenia Rodney Business Expansion. And like I shared at the top of this call, that everything that we do is about helping businesses to expand. And part of the concern is that businesses are not able to do that good enough, right? So we are offering social media consultations. We're offering an IG checklist. We're also doing brand style guides where we will give you a document that you can go through to compare, to make sure that you are meeting the mark on what your brand should look like. And then also information about buyer persona. Which means that we're helping you to identify who your customer is. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, I am, my customer is everybody, and nobody's customer is everybody. Like, well, I sell water. Everybody needs water. And I'm like, yes, everybody does need water, but that doesn't mean that everybody wants to pay for water when they can get it for free. So, you still have to find out who your customer is. Now we have a question. Is there a discount for vendors if I'm a part of the fashion show? So depending if you're doing Sunday for the fashion show, there is a table set aside for you. You would just need to have someone available to manage it for you. So yes. What else? This is just to give you an idea of the site map. This is what it looks like at Prospect Park. We have our food trucks over here, so we can only have food vendors. The food vendors can only be food trucks on Sunday. We have our stage here. We have the bathrooms back here, and then we have all of the space in the center for everyone. And then our vendors are here on the side. And then this is Saturday at Gershwin Park. We have the big field here where we're doing activities on the field. We have the Nets game that's happening here. And then we have community partners who are inside the park. On the street, we have vendors. This is where all of the vendors will be. And I'll actually show you a close up. So this is where all of the vendors will be. And this is the stage that'll be here. Food trucks and food vendors will be towards the end. And I think that's it. So any questions? Any questions? And it's good to see you again, Yvonne, returning vendor.
Yes, good to see you too. Long time.
Yes, ma'am. Any questions? No? Tasha, any questions?
None that I could think of right now at the moment.
Okay. Well, if not, then I think, yeah.
When is the final due date for the vendor fees?
For the final payment or for the initial payment?
Final payment.
Final payment. So it is, most payments are due, all payments are due before June 1st. So we have to have everyone paid up before June 1st.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
But we do 3 break payment plans up into 3 for payments, or you can do all one time. And we have a processing program that doesn't charge additional fees for processing. So, yeah, let me know. Any other questions?
Nope, not at this time. Thank you.
No? Okay. Well, we thank you all for your time. Thank you for joining us. We got a full house. So I was like, wow, I came in here and all of a sudden there's a bunch of people. And thank you all for joining us on Instagram. Thank you if you're joining us on YouTube or on Facebook. We appreciate you for spending some time with us on this Hump Wednesday, a week before my birthday. So, yep, I'm going to keep saying it. Because I am grateful and I'm glad that God has given me another year to be on this earth. And I love to celebrate my time with others. So thank you for joining me on today. And I look forward to having you as one of our vendors for Juneteenth this year. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Early birthday.
Bye.
Thank
night.
you. Good night. Good night.
Good night.